Hey, this is Jerry Delemus and Mac Ruiz, and we're going to go over Tom Macdonald's new video, America, which I haven't seen yet, so I'm interested to see it, and because I've enjoyed everything I've seen that he's done. And I do want to say to you, Tom, Semper Fi, and I am more than happy to have served this country and protect the freedoms that you have and people like you especially. And so we'll check out the video and see how it goes.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining. Why you living in America if all you do is hate it? You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free.
Don't tread on me. That Gadsden flag pops into my mind. And, it's true. I mean, really, what do we want? We want to live our lives, be able to take care of our families, go to work, earn a living, not be oppressed by the government, having to take everything or the vast majority of what we earn by the sweat of our brow away from us. We don't want somebody telling us what to think. They can tell us that they have an idea that maybe we should think about thinking about. And or take a look at, but you don't get to stop me because I believe one thing is something that's different than you, and just hating everybody and calling America evil and all. I mean, going back even to the founding fathers is all that is ignorance. And when they're making these comments about our founding fathers, so they haven't even studied history. Of course, thank you to our educational system in America, now 35th in the world, and is they don't even know what they're talking about. When the facts get in the way of their byline, they just change them or ignore them, or it gets personal, start calling names, and because that's typically how the argument goes. I mean, if you get into an argument with somebody who's like extreme liberal, that won't take long if you're trying to civilly put your perspective out to get for a name calling to show up, and just because you have a difference of opinion while they're promoting liberalism, which is a variety of opinions, you would think. And we've got to stand up. This is America. This is the country that we live in, and we should be looking out for America first. We should be looking out for this country above all. I mean, you take care of your own house. You don't go wash your neighbor's car, take all your money and make sure they got new tires and brakes and everything on their car, and your wheels are falling off yours, and then you send your wife or your kids off to the store and they get in a wreck. I mean, you take care of what's yours first. And this is our country. This is the country. I served in the United States Marine Corps to make sure that we had liberty protected for future generations, for my posterity. And there's a price for it. And instead of just complaining or hitting a keyboard or your thumbs on texting or Facebook or whatever it is that you're doing, talking trash about this country. Well, what have you done to help this country? There's a question. What have you done? Have you served it in any way, even civilly? I mean, just gone out and maybe even volunteer work? What are you doing? Are you just complaining and saying, well, I'm not getting enough? And well, get off your keister and go to work.
Right.
Go get a job. If you're not making enough on one job, get two. You'll get better. You get better. Things will change. When I graduated high school, I slept in the backseat of a 57 Chevy Coupe I had down in Huntington Beach, California. On the beach, the cops would come rouse me every night because I didn't have the money for an apartment at that point. So I'd have to move my car. After a while, they got used to me. Knew I was working. I'm eating all my meals out of cans and everything in my car. It took me about 2 months to save up the money. And of course, it was California weather. And to get an apartment, I got an apartment. I've never looked back. Never been homeless since.
Right.
And but that's the way it is. And I worked like a slave. I mean, I worked if I was getting paid lousy, which I was, I just worked more
Yeah.
until I got out. And it's not somebody else's responsibility to take care of me. It's my responsibility. And I mean, you want to help people out, but nobody wants to be taken advantage of either. And if everybody thinks that they're due a handout, I mean, just like Biden's campaign promise, right? And he tried it, is to pay for college, right? Give all that money and pay for these people who have gone to college, who are going to charge us for their services, mind you, right? And paid for our own college, or went through the GI Bill and served the country and got college for that. And what happens? A federal judge comes up and goes, no, that's not constitutional, which it isn't.
Right.
But it's very seldom that the Constitution gets in the way of what's actually passed. Typically, it gets and run around the end, and they pass it, but they campaign on it at any rate, and get elected because of it.
Yeah.
And it's a good country, and you damn well better stand up for it, because of what you're living in, and if you think. You like North Korea or China or Cuba or any of these other communist countries or socialist countries, you want to call them, look down South America, how they doing down there. It's awful.
Right.
Awful. So you better stand up and do it peacefully while you can peacefully.
Yeah.
You know, you don't, the last thing you want is bullets to fly, because one might hit you or hit someone you love. Both sides die in a war.
All right. Let's get back into this.
In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America. Does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America.
I love Tom Macdonald. I absolutely love this guy. I mean, if they've given out a rap medal for courage and truth, he should get it. And God bless him. And I don't have, I'm not a hero worshiping guy. There's very few people I don't think everybody served the military as a hero and all. But I got to tell you, is there is a call for us to be a bit heroic in the against the tide of socialism and hate Americanism that we're going through. And it's a bold step for Tom to take, to come out and say these things, because the left hates all this stuff. The colleges hate this stuff. They teach the anti this. The music industry hates this stuff. Hollywood hates this stuff. Of course, Hollywood's making a lot of stuff in China now. So and we, the people of this country, I mean, the real backbone of America, doesn't hate this country. We love this country and we want to see it prosper and do well. And we don't feel guilty for prospering and doing well because we're working hard for it. It's not being handed to us. But those who are bitching about wanting it for free are talking about what a trash country this is. And yet they want those of us who are working hard to pay their way. It's like, quit your whining. Get up, go to work. I think they ought to cut most of the subsidies they get, and a lot of the programs that they have, just cut them. Cut them. Let the towns take care of them. If you got 10 kids and you can't take care of them, hey, you know what? Maybe you should have stopped earlier. There's a way to stop doing that. If you can afford them, have 10, have 20. I don't care.
Right.
It's not my business. But if you want me to pay for them, it's my business. If you want me to pay for you because you're a drug addict or an alcoholic, why? That was your choice. You made a choice. It was a crappy choice, but you made it. And it's not my obligation. I'm not obligated. I'll help who I want to help. And believe me, I do a lot of it. I'm a pretty charitable guy, but I don't like being taken advantage of. And I am an American. Americans are pretty tough and pretty nonsensical in our DNA, if you will, unless the colleges have washed that out of us. And I think Tom's right on this. Is if you hate this country so damn bad, then go try a communist country. Go try it. I mean, if you don't like chocolate cake, do you order chocolate cake at the restaurant and then bitch about it and go, man, I hate chocolate cake, and I should get this for free as you're shoving it down your throat? No, the restaurant's going to pay for that chocolate cake, right? Order vanilla or go to a different restaurant. And we've just got to quit tolerating this idiocy that we seem to think holds a viable opinion that we need to respect and tolerate. We should be intolerant towards that crap. Go to Arlington. Take a trip to Arlington. Tom, you want to do a video in Arlington. You should have done this video in Arlington. You go down there and see all of those graves of the men and women who gave their all, young, 17, 18, 15, 20 years old, for this country to protect the American dream. And I know, Tom, I know you appreciate it, every American should be required to go down there and look at those crosses and the stars of David that are out there and see what a cost it was when those boys landed on Normandy, were facing machine gun fire and knowing that they were going to get cut down or blown up in a glider, whatever it happens to be, tripped on a booby trap in Vietnam, blown up in Afghanistan or Iraq. They don't advertise those vets on TV. Why do those veterans actually right now, you see all the wounded warriors, all these private entities taking care of, right, trying to raise money for the wounded warriors and the vets, DAV, Disabled American Veterans, why isn't our government taking care of them? Why are we bringing illegals into this country and taking care of them? Why are we giving money to them? We're not even taking care of the people who are defending our own freedom. It's insane. Why do we give money to Ukraine? What the shit do we care about Ukraine? Reality check. They were a communist country. Why do we care about them? And we don't even take care of our own veterans. We don't even protect our own border, but we bitch about Russia invading Ukraine. What kind of insanity is that? I think Tom probably gets it. I know he gets it. I haven't even met Tom, but I got to tell you, I'm absolutely sure he gets it because that wavelength is right there. And Semper Fi, Tom. Good for you. Keep going. Keep going.
And here we go.
Freedom ain't free in America. Got soldiers dying overseas, so America, you can say what we believe, my America. I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bags. America. You can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are concrete. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States, divided is what we've become. If home is where the heart is, you should show America some love.
I'll let you comment on that one real quick.
Well, I was just thinking of France, actually, while this was going on. We ran the Nazis out of France because they were occupied. They rolled up within days when Germany rolled through them because their guns were facing the wrong way on the Maginot Line. When it was World War II, for you who aren't familiar with it and school didn't teach you, and what happened? We saved France. When we were invading France to get rid of the Nazis in there who were oppressing the people and kept shipping the Jews out and killing them in Germany and everywhere else they were shipping them, and shooting the French people, obviously, the Vichy French turned the guns on our ships and were shooting our guys when we landed there to set them free. And then after the war, which it was our military that did that, and Britain helped obviously, and some of the other nations, but it was mainly America. Is what happened? How's France treat us now? How have they treated us over the last 30 years? They treat us like crap. They treat us like crap. They don't have any appreciation for the sacrifice that we've made for them to be able to have their freedom and not be under a Nazi regime. And the American people are living the same way. We're not appreciating the sacrifices that were made for us to be a country. We don't know what it's like to roll a Conestoga wagon, that's one of the big wheels in the front, across this country while women and kids are walking on foot across this country over deserts, up mountainsides, through the snow. The Donner Party, that's one to look up if you don't know about it, is to settle this land, to get a piece of land, to have a little bit of freedom, to be able to make something for their families, for their posterity, for their future. And there was a sacrifice to that. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, if we're not willing to sacrifice as a people to protect our freedom and those rights, not of just ourselves, but of others in there, we don't deserve freedom. We don't deserve it. And and we're going to lose it, and we are losing it, and we need to stand up. And I got to tell you, I know I'm touting Tom, and I believe me, I'm not an ass kisser, but I got to tell you, I like him, and he is absolutely right on the money with this, and I am so grateful to be able to listen to him, and that he is reaching out to everybody who's listening to him. Everybody, even an old guy like me, is listening to him. And he's resonating the truth, and you should really listen to the words he's saying. And what does that mean to you? And how are you behaving? How are you acting? Are you doing anything? You don't have to join the Marine Corps like I did when I was a young 18-year-old. But what are you doing to preserve the freedoms of this country? Because there are things you can do to preserve the freedoms of this country. And you can certainly, if you're on the government dole, get off of it. Go to work, find something. There's plenty of work. Do whatever it happens if you're not working. And then maybe a bunch of you guys are working. Maybe you're working 2 jobs or 3 jobs. Who knows? I've done it. And good for you. Keep going. You will overcome. The minute when I was in the Marine Corps, I remember we're going on a run today. I'm in boot camp, right? 16-mile run. I hated doing the 660 or whatever it was in gym. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta come around this football field. How many laps? And then here we're going 16 miles with pack, rifle, all that crap you're carrying as a Marine, and you're dying. You're dying. And you know what I learned? 1 foot in front of the other. I made a decision. If I have to crawl those last miles on my belly, digging with my fingernails in the ground, I'm crossing that frickin' line. And we need to cross that line. So dig in, don't give up, stand strong, and keep pushing forward. Always forward. Don't concede an inch. Keep moving. Semper Fi.
Some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Big shout out to the Hangover Gang and Tom Macdonald. This is
awesome.
This is America. Like and subscribe below, and comment on anything else you guys would like to see. See you guys on the next one.